Hello, my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? Please let me know down in the comment field. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing. There's a subscribe button right down there. Next to it, you will find a bell. If you ding that bell and choose all, you will be notified whenever I put up a new video, and I would love to have you. If you're back, hi friends, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you. I hope you know that I am very grateful for each and every one of you. So what we're doing today is, this is a Wip Chat. And if you don't know what a Wip Chat is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And this is my work in progress, this little diamond painting. And chat, well, that means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while. Sorry. So what you can do while I'm working on my diamond painting here is you can work alongside me. You can diamond paint, you can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can do your shopping, you can take a walk, or you can just sit and listen to this as if it's a podcast. So yeah, that is what you can do while I'm chatting away. But first off, let me tell you about this and what I'm going to use. So the diamond painting, it is called Rainbow Cloud, and it is from the company Munimade. She is also known for making diamond painting trays, and about a year ago she started making diamond paintings. So this is what the artwork looks like. It's a cute little rainbow with 2 stars and a white cloud in the background. It is with square drills, and it is teeny tiny. It is a 30 by 30 centimeter, and it has 32 colors, and one of those is an AB. So yeah, and because I'm doing this diamond painting as a part of an event called Sparkle Addiction, I have found a bunch of ABs in my stash that I have from other diamond paintings I did before. So yeah, I blinked this little thing up even more than it is. I mean, there's 5,200 in the kit, but I have been putting in so many more 5,200 ABs. So yeah, what else? So I have my trusty little Bella de Nicole tray, and I have my diamond painting pen from Enabler's Outpost. I love this. Do you see all this sparkle and glimmer? I really love it. This is from their Alphonse Mucha gemstone edition that they made. This is called Amethyst, and I have this because I did the Alphonse Mucha Amethyst. If you want to see that, you can find it in my playlist. I showed it in a lot of my Wip Chats, and I also did I do a post review on it? I think I did. Anyway, I know I did a video on it. So, yeah, beautiful pen. In it, by the way, this is a single placer from Diamond Art Club. I have a glue dot in that one. And this is a 3 placer from Diamond Art Club, the new thin ones. In it, I have my own putty in the scent of salty caramel. I'm not going to use my single placer, my multi-placer, because the spacing and the diamond painting isn't the best for multi-placing. I end up having a lot of space between the grit. The word that I'm looking for is absolutely gone right now. I'll remember it in a minute. I do have my drills, my diamonds, in these little Elizabeth Watt containers. Yep. And I have my tweezers that I'm using to place some of the diamonds, because I am doing checkerboarding. So yeah, let's get into it. So again, how are you guys doing? Please let me know down in the comment field. And please let me know what you've been working on while I'm chatting. I would love to know what you're doing. So yeah, let's get the first color. The first color is number 5. I just have a few of those right here. What is number 5? Number 5 is 210. Really? No, that is the number. The symbol number 5 is 799. See, this is why I never go of the numbers here. I only use the symbols and the DMCs, because as you can see, number 5 isn't number 5. I have number 5 here, 799. So I never use these. Usually I cut them off, but Unimate had this little list of symbols with just a symbol, which is amazing. I wish more companies would do that, because wow, I absolutely love that. So, yep. So how are you doing? I'm doing better again. I feel like I've been sick most of December this year. There is a lot of health issues going around here in Denmark. We have the regular flu, we have the Rona, we have pneumonia. Yeah, there is just a lot going around. And at first I think I had the flu, just the regular flu maybe. I didn't get tested or anything. I just felt horrible. I got that from David. He took that virus home from a Christmas party he was at with his workplace. And then I felt okay for a few days, maybe 2 or 3 days. I kept coughing, and the cough wouldn't really go away, and it got worse. And then I ended up getting a really, really high fever, like 102, 103 plus Fahrenheit. I didn't get to 104 Fahrenheit, but it was pretty darn close. I had an entire day where I didn't get under 103, so I felt miserable. I am doing better. I am still coughing every now and then, and you can hear my voice is a little raspy, and my nose is running, and yeah. But a lot of people in Denmark are sick right now, so it's no wonder. And my immune system has a life of its own. Sometimes it's strong, and I, can be with sick people and I won't get sick. And other times I just have to look at somebody who's sick and I get everything. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, my nose. So yeah. I don't really, since I've been sick and in my bed, I haven't really done a whole lot. But being at home watching some TV, I mean, I had some days where I was basically just laying in my bed sleeping the entire day. One evening, one of the days, I didn't get up until 10 p.m. in the evening. And I only got up because my back was telling me that it didn't want to lay in bed anymore. So out of bed, I had to go. But I didn't, do anything. I was just in the couch with the cat on my lap and the TV on something, just to get some noise. So I was basically, I wasn't sleeping, but I wasn't awake. I was there. And then I felt better, at least the fever got down again. But I'm still a little under the weather, and I really hope that it's gonna be all gone by Christmas, because Christmas is only a few days away. Oh my God. I can't believe that Christmas is almost here, and I'm not ready. We got food to buy. I mean, we're not celebrating Christmas at home. We're going to my brother to celebrate with him and Rosa. I can't wait to celebrate Christmas with Rosa. Rosa's mom and her mom is going to be there, and then David and I. So we're going to be 6 people, which is fine by me. My parents won't be there. They chose that for themselves, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I have no idea. But they are grown adults, so I mean, yeah. They said no even before a bunch of stuff happened, but then my brother and Rosa's mom wrote to my mom to ask her to put something down from Facebook that included pictures of Rosa without any clothes on, and she read that message but didn't respond to it. And kind of like that's what my mom is doing, kind of like, if I ignore it, it go away, Oh, I'm so sorry for the sniffles. And she's been that her whole life, if I ignore it, it doesn't exist. I just placed that the wrong way, didn't I? I totally did. So, but the pictures did go away because they were in a story. So, yeah. And then, my brother and Rosa's mom sent her another message, like they were disappointed that she didn't respond, or didn't, didn't say, oh, that was a mistake, and I didn't, think about it. I didn't think. But the thing is, she hid that story from my brother and Rosa's mom. They couldn't see it, which kind of made it worse, because then apparently she knew it wouldn't be okay, since she made sure that they couldn't see it. So, yeah. And then they were like, if you won't take responsibility and say, I'm sorry, or anything like that, we're not sure that we can trust you. So they were gonna, say that Rosa would take a break from visiting them until, January, came around. And my mom read that message as well, didn't respond, but she deleted both of them on Facebook. So yeah, that's her way of being adult. She has an immature personality, and if you, I won't even say that they yelled at her. They will basically say, you know, this wasn't okay, which it wasn't. You don't put naked photos of a child on Facebook, because everybody knows once it's on Facebook, it never goes away. And there is a lot of bad people out there. So yeah, but now she can tell people that she is innocent, and they take Rosa away from them. Yeah, she doesn't take responsibility. She just doesn't. Everybody does this to her. It isn't her fault, but this is being done to her. And now they said that, you know, Rosa needs a break, and we need a break. My mom, my parents can tell people how Rosa's parents are keeping her away from them intentionally, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that is what's going on at my parents' end. And we haven't really been speaking to my parents for the longest time either, because, you know, since Rosa was born 3.5 years ago, my mom hasn't shown any interest in us unless she needs us to do something, which in our mind is, I don't know, misuse, misguided. I mean, we only heard from her and my dad if it had something to do with Rosa, or if she needed us to bring her something, to do something for her, stuff like that. And we felt like, you know, if you can't show any genuine interest in us, like, how are you guys doing? Do you want to come for coffee? Should we do whatever? I mean, we invited them for birthdays, for Christmases. You know, we invited them like you would your parents, like we did with David's mom. But they always said no. Sorry. So eventually we looked at each other and went, you know what, if they are not interested in our company, then they can come to us. So, and I mean, we have seen them since we took that decision, you know, for Easter dinners at my brother's, because we can, to us it isn't an issue being together with my parents. We just don't seek them out, if you know what I mean. We don't go to their house and kind of beg them to be in our company. We don't do that. Sorry, my nose. And of course, and this is what my mom do. She makes us to be ungrateful and not thankful for everything she's doing for us, and telling people how she practically bought our house, which when we were told that one, we were kind of like, what? What? She had given us an amount of money because my brother needed that amount of money when he bought the house. And my mom was like, well, I can't give one child that much money without giving the other one, which is very true. So she had put that money in a bank account in another bank from the bank that David and I use, because my mom was angry at that bank. So when we were buying this house, we still had our old house. It wasn't sold yet. And David had recently changed his job. If he hadn't done that, we wouldn't have had any issues at all. But they needed proof for how much he would earn. And he only had 1 month of income from that new company. And that was without any of his extras, you know, because he's working night shifts and stuff like that. So they had an amount of money that he were making for 1 month, and they were saying, well, you can't, well, you can't buy the house, but you need some sort of proof that you have money to pay for 2 houses for an amount of time. So I moved that money, and I had to ask my mom because she had basically closed the account, so I couldn't just take it. So I called her and I said I need the money in the other bank as a collateral to make sure that we can pay, well, not rent, but we can pay for both houses if needed. And she was a little offended because I would move it to our own bank. But we did, and they have been in our bank account ever since. We haven't used a penny of them. But because we moved them, she is now like, yeah, they needed the money to pay for their house. Yeah. And when people have told me, you know, this is what she's saying, we correct them and we say, you know, this is what happened. This is, you know, we have that money in the bank account. We haven't used it, and my mom didn't help buy our house. I mean, she gave us that money even before we knew we were selling our house. Well, we had been. And then she was like, yeah, we were only moving because my brother, was buying a house, and we were like, you do know, and you do know this because we have talked about it, that we have been considering moving for the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. We weren't 100% ready, or we haven't found the house that we wanted to live in. And we thought we had found the right house at that time. It wasn't, and it got sold in front of our noses, which I do believe that things happen for a reason, because then we looked around some more and we found this house, which is why, and that was, you know, there came other people who were like, oh yeah, we would like to buy it. So we had to think fast, and we had signed a piece of paper that, you know, we were going to buy the house. And then when another couple came and say they will buy the house as well. We had, oh, what was it, 3 days to decide if we were still gonna buy the house. We just needed to sign the final letter, the final papers then. So we, you know, talked to the bank and we got them allowance. They got the okay to sit with 2 houses. So yeah, and then we just had our old townhouse to sell that one. We got this house in February 21, 1st of February. We moved in 1st of March because we had to do some stuff out here. We needed to paint. We needed to clean out the workshop because there had been smoke. You know, the former owner has been smoking out there. So it wasn't smelling very well, and the walls were nicotine stained. They were more orange brown than white. David helped too for some of it, but he was doing, you know, stuff inside the house while I was doing a lot of cleaning in the workshop. So it did take me a while because, you know, I had to take care of my back. But it took me around 3 weeks to clean everything down, to get the walls white again and make sure that even though there could still be nicotine in the walls, they wouldn't come out. Some kind of, I don't know what the word is, but it makes sure that no nicotine comes through anymore. So yeah, and I've told, you know, I have said from the beginning, our old house will be sold when we're ready. So we moved in March 1st, and we still had, you know, we had to move some stuff from the attic, and we needed to repair some holes in the wall that we made. And when we were done with all of it, it was, oh, what was it, close to April. I think maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks into March or something. And all of a sudden, everything happened in quick succession. And our house was sold. And the woman who bought it took over on April 15th. So, like I said, and I've said it all the way through, it would be sold when we were ready. And we were ready. Now we were out of the house. Everything was taken care of, you know, and it was sold in 14 days. So, you know, we sat with 2 houses for, well, 2.5 months. And, yeah, mortgage was the word that I was looking for. We would sit with mortgage for 2.5 months, which wasn't an issue. So, yeah, everything went according to plan. But my mom still thinks that she has, well, she's telling people that she bought our house. And like David and I look at each other and said, well, if she bought a house, she owes us a buttload of money for all the, you know, mortgages and bank loans and stuff, you know, that we're paying for. So if she bought the house, I mean, we didn't see it. And there is a bunch of other stuff that she's been walking around saying, and again, it's not true. And when people come to us and say, we have heard, thank God people at least say, well, we have heard from your mom, and we get to say, well, not true. And at least people are coming to us with the, well, we heard and we're kind of thinking this isn't true, and we'd be like, yeah, well, it isn't. And we're left every time with the feeling why. But really, I do know why. It makes her look good, and us look ungrateful, and yeah. Which, I mean, if this is what she needs, I'm so sorry. If she needs to make us look bad and her look good, I mean, what kind of a self-esteem does she have then? But it's what she's always been doing. She has to be, you know, look like she's an amazing mom, and look what I'm doing for my kids, and despite me doing all this, they don't appreciate it, and now they're not talking to me, you know. And now she is doing the same to my brother. He's been lucky so far. I mean, he was the golden child growing up. And I was the black sheep, which is more than okay. I could handle that. But I think it must be hard on him, because he didn't grow up with that kind of treatment. So it's kind of hard getting it all of a sudden. And I'm trying, you know, to tell him, you know, it is really her problem. It hasn't anything to do with you or me. It is her own self-esteem. It is her personality. But I do know it stings. Of course it does. And with him being a single dad, and yeah, it's nice, you know, sometimes to have help. And my mom and dad has been spending a lot of time with Rosa. So I'm sure it's kind of hard to all of a sudden not have that support system, or what do you want to call it. But I've told him, you know, if you need someone to look after Rosa, or to say, hey, can you take her to your house for an afternoon, or I'm having this meeting, would you come and put Rosa to bed? Because Rosa's mom isn't always there, you know. One of the times that I have to go put Rosa to bed, she had a date. So that was more important than putting her daughter to bed. And, yeah. I have feelings about that, but it is her life. And in the end, it might end up biting her in her behind as well. But that's in the future. But anyway, I've told my brother, you know, if you give me a day or two notice, I have no issues at all. I just need a few days so that we can plan that David doesn't have the car, because most days he has the car to work, because I do spend most of my time here at home. So that's, you know, he's used to having the car every day, and except for Mondays where we have Rosa. We have Rosa every Monday unless I'm sick or she's sick. So, yeah, he has the car a lot. So if I need to drive in, sorry, if I need to go in there and another day, he just needs to be, okay, I can take my scooter or something that day. And it isn't, you know, it isn't a big issue. He can do that just fine, but it's nice, you know, to say, okay, I get to plan that just a little bit. So yeah. But I love spending time with her. She is so funny, and she's saying the darnest things, which, if you have 3-year-olds or have grandchildren that is 3 years old, you know. And sometimes she's a little too bright for her own best, for her own good. But I can see me in her, which is, yeah. I was sometimes too bright as a child. Which, it isn't a bad thing to be bright, but other people, other kids might not understand what's going on. But I think, I mean, kids today are bright. And of course they're different. But I can see when I pick her up from kindergarten how much they know. I mean, we were at the Lucia Day. I talked about that in my live this Sunday, what that is. And one of the little boys, I was kind of like, wow. I mean, he could count to, and he's 3 or 4 years old, and he could count to more than 50. And, I mean, I'm not sure if that's something every child does. Maybe Rosa can do it too. She just refused to do it when we're counting something. But I was like, that was impressive. A little child counting that high. And again, I don't know if that's normal. I didn't ask anybody. I was just in awe of that little boy. So yeah, I might just be non-expectant or whatever of how much they can do. But then again, I mostly spend time with Rosa, and she does refuse to count with me. I think it's just because she can. I mean, there comes my auntie again asking me to count, and I'm like, no way, ma'am. I'm not going to do that just because you want me to. Which, again, I love that she has her own personality and her own opinion about stuff. I just want to count with her. You know, when we're playing a game or doing something and where counting is included. And I'm like, so, should we do this together? And she does count more than to 10 or something. And then she's just looking at me and go, you go on. I'm like, hello. It isn't me that needs to do this, but yeah. She's allowed to not wanting to do that. I just found a bunch of more 5s that I missed before. So, yeah. I just hope, because Rosa is sick at the moment too, I just hope she gets better for Christmas as well. And I do need to wrap up her presents. I did get something for my brother and Rosa's mom, and despite my mom saying that we hate her and don't want to spend time with them, I actually got something for my parents. We're gonna put it down to their house, and we're not gonna write anything on the package, because if we do so, it's gonna be in front of our door the very next day, unopened, without any note or anything. So that is why we're not gonna write anything. And how do I know that's gonna happen? Oh, they did that before. Which, again, immature, childish, everything. But, yeah. So, I just hope when they open it, they want to keep it, because it's a picture of their grandchild. So, if not, we're going to hang it on our wall, because it's an amazing picture. But I hope they choose to keep it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll also see if they figure out who took the picture. I don't know. We'll see, and I will let you know after Christmas if they keep it or figure out who gave it to them. But yeah. So, if you don't know, and if you're gonna have some time on your hand during Christmas days, me and a bunch of other creators are doing something called Christmas premieres, which is basically 3 whole days of videos on YouTube on all our channels. There will be a playlist, and you can watch if you're sitting alone or, you know, whatever, just not feel festive with your family, and you don't have family to celebrate with. You will have 3 whole days of videos to watch, and they're premieres, which mean that it's pre-recorded videos, but you can chat live with the creator that made the video or others, kind of like a live. So I am having my premiere video on the 25th at 6 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. I know that is very, very early for a lot of people, but I do also know that some people stay up. So if you have the opportunity, and maybe you're an early riser, you can come and join me for that live chat. And then there will be a playlist, so when my video is up, you will be going to the next video automatically, and I will link to that playlist. It will be up. I will put the link in the description of this video, but I will also put the link in my community page, on my community page, so that if you, and your other people you know need some company from the 24th until the 26th, you can tell them, you know, there's a lot of crafty people doing these videos, so you can, you know, have company, or just, you know, use them as noise in the background while you're cooking or waiting for company. So yeah, and you will absolutely see me in my video on the 25th. Last year, my premiere, because I did this last year as well, my premiere was on the 26th, which I totally forgot that our going to the big family Christmas dinner. So I had some of the other creators in my chat instead of me. But this year I should be able to, well, I am able to be in the chat, because on the 25th, we're not doing anything. Well, we're cooking, but I can be live at my time slot. And it's going for an hour, so feel free to jump in and chat with me and everybody else. And yeah, it's going to be fun. And I am I'm not gonna diamond paint in my video. I'm gonna do something completely different. Maybe you have seen the thumbnail on my YouTube channel, so you might know some of what I'm doing, but you don't know everything. So yeah, and you never know what I'm going to say about those subjects that I've come up with. But yeah, I hope you're going to be there, because I would love for all of you to stop by and say Merry Christmas and stuff like that, because there won't be any more lives this year, since my usual live spot is on Sundays. That means the 24th, which is Christmas evening here. We celebrate Christmas on the 24th. And the week after, it's New Year's Eve. So I don't go live there either. But I will go live on January 1st. Because that day, my event, the Astronomer Diamond Paint Along, will start. So I'm doing a live as a kind of kickoff on my regular time slot on the 1st, which means that'll be 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 a.m. Eastern time, and 7 p.m. European time. So if you have the possibility, have a chance to come and say Happy New Year's to me and everybody else, I would love for you to stop by. I do know that for some of you it's quite early, and if you're out celebrating on New Year's Eve, you might not be up yet. Sorry, but maybe you have the opportunity to stop by and say hi. I would really love that. And then after that, we're back to my regularly scheduled lives on Sundays. I was like, oh man, of course it's on Sundays everything is happening this year. But it's okay. It's okay. We all need some Christmas vacations, whatever. And who knows, you might not even be home for the days that my lives is usually going on. I would love to know what you're doing for Christmas, so please let me know down in the comment field. Are you ready? Did you buy every present you have to buy? Are you ready with the food? Who are you going to celebrate Christmas with? Yeah, I would love to know that. So please let me know in the comment field. And please let me know what you've been up to while I've been chatting your poor ears off. Yeah, I know. And I never have a plan for these Wip Chats. I just begin somewhere, and then, my mouth and my brain take me wherever it wants to. I know a lot of the other creators have their little lists of what's been going on in this past week, and this is what I want to talk about. And I might, need to do that, because then it might be a little more structured. But I kind of like me just going down the rabbit holes every now and then. And then I end up kind of, you know, looking back, be like, oh, how did I end up there? Which is kind of fun. It's kind of like the real me. You never know where my mouth is going. And, yeah. So you really do get the real me in these videos. The same with my lives. I'm not pretending or trying to be someone that I'm not. You're getting the real Mia with everything going on in her head, and you just never know. You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth. Which I do know that some people, especially in my lives, they kind of like that, you know, it's me and you never know. You never know what's going to happen. And also because my lives are, they're kind of small. We aren't like 100 people. We're usually around, oh, I don't know, 10, 15 people, which gives everybody a chance to chime in and be seen and heard. Nobody is being left out. And I try to respond to every comment that I get. It's just sometimes I end down a rabbit hole, so I need to go back and see what did people write me while I was, you know, talking about whatever my brain was filled with. Sorry. Oh, that darn nose of mine. I really, really can't wait for 2023 to be over. I am over it. All the sickness in my family, you know, David's mom and losing David's mom, and this whole medication thing with myself and being sick a lot here in December. I feel like I've been, oh my God, what's with my mouth today? I feel like I've been sick more than half this month, which is very unlike me. And I really just want it over with. So I'm trying to make a deal with myself and my body that, you know, you get this week and then you're healthy and then no more sickness, illness when 2024 begins, because I really don't have the time. I have an event that I need to be a part of. I have stuff to do. I have, you know, I need a fresh year with new pages to turn and a better health and new medication that will work, you know, all that stuff. I need 2024. Well, David and I both need 2024 to be better than this year. And we're going to try to become more healthy, eat better, because this year, due to everything with his mom and stuff, we didn't have the energy to do a whole lot of healthy cooking and healthy living. I mean, I know David is riding his bike a lot, but when you then don't eat as healthy, it doesn't do a whole lot. So we're gonna grab ourselves by the hair in our neck, and we're gonna pull ourselves together and get healthier. Plus, I need to start walking again, because I'm going to walk 5 kilometers. It isn't a whole lot, and I can do that just fine. But I'm sorry, I bumped the camera, didn't I? But our royal family in Denmark, every year they host a, it's called Royal Run. and it is being held on the same holiday every year. So, and then they will come, you know, there will be the royal run in X amount of cities around our country. And next year, one of those cities is my town, which is why I was like, oh, man, I have to be a part of it. I can't run 10 kilometers, and I'm not attempting to walk 10 kilometers when I haven't been walking for a good while. Sorry. So I'm gonna walk the 5 kilometers. You could also choose to run, but my back won't let me run. I can't run anymore. I will just end up in bed for 14 days, which isn't something that I'm interested in. So walking it is. And I just want to, you know, practice a little. I can, you know, if I didn't get any practice, I'd still be able to do it. But I do want to prepare myself a little for the walk. So I'm going to do that in the new year. And I'll see if I might be able to take you along for that walk. And I can't wait to see if any of which of the royal persons, it's usually the crown prince or the crown princess that is, you know, traveling around our country and being part of each run. Sometimes they do the 1 mile run, sometimes they're running 5 kilometers. You know, they choose what they want to do in each city, and then they end up in Copenhagen as the last city. They live in Copenhagen, of course. And then usually our crown prince runs 10K over there. And the past few years, all of their kids, they have 4 kids, has been taking part of that 10K run as well. We had hoped, since their oldest child, the future crown prince, is of age now, that he would, you know, choose to travel the country as well to be part of the run, and that they would, you know, present more cities. But they didn't, which is just fine too. It is his dad's run. It is, you know, he started this the year he turned 50 as a part of including, you know, the people in his birthday. So, and now it's been taking place. How old is he now? I don't know. Is it the 5th or 6th year? I can't remember, but every year now they do this. The first year, was it on his birthday, the first year? No, I don't think so. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do in April next year. So yeah, we're going to talk more about that when we get closer to the day. But yeah, I'm almost at an hour. I've been yabbing away again, as usual. So I'm going to wish you a very merry, happy Christmas and a wonderful New Year. I hope to see you in my premiere on Monday. And I'm going to do my darnest to put up some more videos this week. But, you know, it depends on how busy I get. But, yeah, if I won't see you in my premiere, hopefully, hopefully I will see you in my live on January 1st. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you all, bye, love you.